Wealth and riches don't just make life easier, but also gets you powerful friends and expensive purchases. You're most likely to be on top of the world, that is if you want to live that luxurious and extravagant lifestyle. Today we talk about the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are a wealthy Ashkenazi Jewish family from Frankfurt. Rothschild has close relationships with other billionaires such as Mark Zuckerberg, Bloomberg, and George Soros. Despite being Jews, the Rothschilds are also members of the Vatican's close circle, which is led by Pope Francis. The Rothschild family's net worth exceeds $500 billion. That's a lot. We'll be looking into expensive things owned by the Rothschilds. You want to find what they spend their money on. Stay tuned to the end of this video and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Number 15. New York NoHo Penthouse. This New York family home is owned by James and Nikki Hilton Rothschild and boasts a huge open-plan kitchen and dining area as well as a nursery for their kid. They also own a property in the Hamptons, where they have lived since the pandemic began in 2020. Number 14. Ethiro House. This country home in Wetherstone, Buckinghamshire, is located to the southeast of the main hamlet and was purchased by the Rothschild family in the 1870s. The house is still in the family and is registered as Grade 2 on the National Heritage List for England as well as the Register of Historic Parks and Gardens. The estate is currently owned by Jacob Rothschild, 4th Baron Rothschild, and the gardens continue to grow fruit and vegetables for the estate. The home was previously owned by James Armand de Rothschild, Dorothy de Rothschild, and Alice de Rothschild, who bought it in 1875. Number 13. Ferrari, California. Once owned by the late Benjamin de Rothschild, heir of the French banking fortune, he frequently drove fast cars like the Ferrari California and was once described as an adrenaline junkie. His Ferrari California costs over $150,000 and has a top speed of 193 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 3.6 seconds. Number 12. Vaux de Cernay Abbey. Vaux de Cernay Abbey, purchased by Charlotte de Rothschild in the 1880s, has a rich history dating back to 1118. In 1203, one of the abbey's many abbots was chosen to accompany the Fourth Crusade, and by the end of the 14th century the abbey had begun to fall into disrepair. Charlotte de Rothschild has restored the abbey to its former magnificence, and it is now a hotel with a capacity of 1,200 people and a helipad. The spring is still used by the hotel, just as it was by the monks over 900 years ago. Number 11. Chateau Lafayette. The first documented references to the Lafayette estate date back to the 1234, and in 1868, Baron James de Rothschild, head of the family's French line, purchased Chateau Lafayette. He died 3 months after purchasing the estate, leaving it to his 3 sons, Alphonse, Gustave, and Edmond. The estate covers 74 hectares of yards and being owned by and controlled by French financier and philanthropist Baron Eric de Rothschild. Number 10. Chateau Mountain Rothschild. In 1853, Nathaniel de Rothschild-owned estate was located in the Madog area, 50 kilometers northwest of the city of Bordeaux, France. Its yards encompass over 222 acres of land. Number 9. Rio Tinto Mining Corporation. This Anglo-Australian powerhouse, currently the world's second largest metals and mining firm, concentrates primarily on the extraction and refining of iron ore. The corporation was purchased by the Rothschild family at the end of the 1880s, and after a significant expansion, it became the world's top producer of copper. Several mergers and acquisitions have made this one of the most successful mining operations in the world, with a market capitalization of about $30.26 billion. Number 8. Spencer House. Spencer House, described as London's most spectacular 18th century aristocratic palace, was leased to J. Rothschild Holdings plc in 1985. The former residence, which was built and owned by the first Earl Spencer in 1758, is now a museum and is open to the public on a regular basis, except on weekends. Spencer House, now managed by Rothschild Business, RIT Capital Partners Limited, was restored to its former splendor thanks to one of the most ambitious restoration undertakings conducted in the 20th century. Number 7. Luxury Yachts. For many years, numerous members of the Rothschild family sailed on yachts, and in the 19th century, Mayer Rothschild sailed on the Garland. In 1875, Arthur de Rothschild sailed in his Eros yacht, and went on to become a founding member of the French Yacht Club. Eros sank off the Swedish coast in 1922 after colliding with a reef, and Arthur's nephew later built Eros II, a 1,000-ton yacht. This exquisite ship had all the trappings of luxury and a crew of 33. And Lionel de Rothschild set a global water speed record of 28 knots in 1906. Number 6. Compagnie Financière. Edmond Adolphe de Rothschild founded Compagnie Financier, one of the world's leading interdealer brokering organizations, in 1953. The company, which is part of the Edmund de Rothschild Group, is currently headed by his son, Benjamin de Rothschild. Financial planning, life insurance, fund management, and open architecture management are all managed by the organization. Ariane de Rothschild, a French banker, also serves on the board of directors. Number 5. Hotel de Pontalba. The Hotel de Pontalba, another enormous townhouse in Paris, is currently the official residence of the United States Ambassador to France. The mansion was completed in 1855 and became the property of Baron Edmund James de Rothschild in 1876. The Baron renovated the property extensively, leaving just the original gatehouse and portals standing. Before World War II, the estate passed to Baron Maurice de Rothschild, and it was commanded by the Germans as an officers' club for the Luftwaffe during the war. Following the war, the home was sold to the Americans for use with the United States Information Service. Number 4. Glencore Mining. Glencore Mining Corporation owns several mines in Australia, including the MacArthur River Mine and the Mount Owen Complex. The corporation has over $11.6 billion in revenue and over 145,000 people, with operations in over 35 countries. After a $25 million bond investment in 2009, Nathaniel Rothschild acquired a stake in the corporation, which had a total asset value of $124 billion in 2019. Number 3. De Haar Castle. De Haar Castle, founded in some form in 1391, remained the property of the De Haar family until 1440, when the last male heir died childless. After a fire destroyed much of the original castle in the early 16th century, it was rebuilt, and in 1887, Baroness Helene de Rothschild married the castle's owner, Baron Wen Soilen Wen Nevelt Wen de Haar. The Baroness paid for a comprehensive renovation of the castle, which now includes 200 rooms and 30 bathrooms. There are several references to the Rothschild family throughout the castle, including family coats of arms in the Knight's Hall and on the hearth in the library. Number 2. RIT Capital Partners. The Rothschild Investment Trust, founded on the initiative of Jacob Rothschild to serve the English half of the banking line, is currently known as RIT Capital Partners. After seeing the banking component of the business to the Royal Bank of Scotland in 1985, Jacob Rothschild converted the company into a publicly traded investment trust in 1988. The company's headquarters are in Spencer House, and it oversees a 37% stake in Rockefeller Financial Services. Its long-term goal is to protect and enhance stakeholders' wealth. Number 1. Seymour Place. Alfred de Rothschild purchased the splendid town property at 1 Seymour Place in Mayfair, London, for £60,000 from one Mr. Christopher Sykes. His daughter, Elmina, Countess of Carnarvon, inherited the house, which was packed with many of his paintings and pieces of art. Westminster City Council demolished the house in 1936, and the site is now a road connecting Park Lane and Curzon Street, which also leads to Hyde Park. We've arrived at the end of this video. What do you have to say about Rothschild's possessions? Kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and smash the notification bell. See you in the next coming video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.